Hello guys, welcome once more to this channel. Today I'll be sharing with you three study tips that will help you academically. So step number one, here I have spaced out reading. Yeah, spaced out reading is usually a process whereby you study ahead of your exams, and we all know that exams are very important in your academic process. Just your race, your school race, and you all know that you have to pass an exam for you to graduate to the next step. So in order to do that, you have to read and read and read. You have to read. So the spaced out reading is usually a process whereby you study ahead of time, and most students are usually accustomed to the to the habit of studying during exams, and that will make them just occupy, and they will feel occupied during the exam period, maybe a week before your exams, and you won't read. It's gonna be like you're not going to grab all things, and you're going to be cramming, and after the exam you won't even remember anything again. So I urge you to read ahead of time. Yes, to read ahead of time. So you have to space out your readings. You have to schedule your reasons, and make sure you read ahead of time. Maybe you're having math. So for a subject like math, now you have to continue solving and solve as many questions as possible. So if you keep to these rules, I'm sure you're going to be a best student and not an average student. So in order to improve yourself from being an average student to an excellent student, you have to you have to you have to space out your readings and read ahead of your exam. So step number two here, I have teaching others. Yes, so teaching others is usually an important aspect. Yes, the physicist famous say that you don't actually understand a thing unless you can teach it. Yes, that's actually true. You have to teach something you've learned. Yes, that is when you actually understand that concept. Let's say, for example, now you have to teach calculus, and you know calculus deals with the gradient of 2 points. And yes, it's your gradient of 2 points. So if I'm to take an instance of where I have a straight line, so for a straight line in a Cartesian plane, I have a straight line. So I'm going to compare 2 points there. So if I'm to compare 2 points, so any as if you have to look at the gradient g of those 2 points, I'm going to have the same answer irrespective of where I get my gradient from. If I'm to look at the positive and positive side, which will be at this point. Let's say I have cross like that, and I have my gradient. If I have to take gradient at this positive point, I will get the same answer if I'm to take it at the bottom side, that is negative side. And if I'm to take one from the opposite, the one from positive and the other from negative, I'm going to get the same answer actually. So for so the concept of calculus is that I'm going to compare those 2 points. But let's take for instances that I have a I have a curve, then I have a curve, then I want to compare one point, a second point. So the concept is that I'm going to look for a point. I'm going to look for a point that I am a point the gradient of that the gradient of the tangent of a point. That's actually the concept of calculus. So understanding that will also make you that, hey, yes, and even as you are teaching, you understand a gap in what you are teaching. So you go back to fill those gaps. So teaching others is usually the best ideas. And according to the physics Feynman, so I think teaching others is going to be a perfect idea to improve your studying tips. So step number three, step number three, I have disciplined. Yes, step number three is to discipline yourself. Yeah, discipline yourself is usually important, or though not the most important, but yes, it's actually very important. So if you take a look at those like those successful people like Elon Musk, you actually see that they discipline themselves to they discipline themselves. So in order to discipline yourself, you have to schedule yourself in such a way that you have to stick to those plans you've already made. Like say like a student now, then you said maybe by 8 I'm gonna be reading. So at that point, as I once it's clocked the 8, you actually off any distractions and focus on reading. For you to be disciplined, you have to also be hardworking also. So this for you to discipline yourself will help you greatly. So discipline yourself is actually sticking to the schedule time. Yes, sticking to the schedule time. So so in summary now, I'm gonna for you to become an excellent student, you have to stick to those 3 rules I stated, and hope see you next time. And I hope these 3 steps will actually help you a lot. So thank you. See you later.